Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the Season 1 roadmap that I had promised to make basically 2 days ago. And I'm going to be discussing the multiplayer, the zombies, and Warzone, and man, I'm excited and very scared and also disappointed because of the fact of the matter they're remaking stuff, using stuff from the campaign, and also just more annoyance, I want to say personally, because it's just very frustrating. So let's get into it. I'm going to be talking about multiplayer first, then Warzone, and then zombies. I'm going to save zombies for last because we're not getting much in terms of zombies, but there's still a lot of content to talk about in zombies. So let's begin with the multiplayer scene. Multiplayer this year is going to be annoying slash frustrating because of a few things. And I'm not saying, oh, it's gonna look bad. I'm saying this because of a concern I have seen on the Season 1 roadmap, and I'll be pulling it up right now. On screen, you can clearly see the Season 1 roadmap. My main issue we're getting is in this photo right here. You can see that we're getting Hacienda in this more or less map, which I'm glad for. Hacienda is a really good Black Ops 4 map. And the problem is, though, is that there's doors on it. There was no doors on Hacienda in Black Ops 4. Why is that? Why? Like, I'm just wondering why that is there. Like, please, explain that to me in a way that makes sense, because Hacienda should not have doors. We're also getting the new Nuketown holiday, which is probably going to be coming around Christmas. So we're probably, this season, I'm assuming, is probably going to only last through November and December and somewhat through January until it's just done. So probably we won't be seeing, like, Season Reloaded until early December-ish to somewhere midway through December. But it'll be fun to see Hacienda and Racket come out. Hideout, Extraction, and Heirloom, I don't know, man. It's just, these maps, they can't really be told off of, but just seeing the 2v2 means it's going to be a face-off map, and it's going to be hell. Let's talk about a new perk that's coming out, which we're going to be, it's called Shadow. It looks like you're going to probably be able to see landmines or be able to survive landmines. That's kind of cool. We're also getting a new wild card, which is called High Roller. I'm assuming it basically just means that the higher your streak you get, probably more score. We're also getting Prop Hunt and Ransack. I have no idea what Ransack is. Prop Hunt, though. For the love of God, sure, Activision, please leave Prop Hunt in multiplayer, and you will have your fan base enjoying multiplayer for the rest of the year. I kid you not. Because Cold War had some fucking fantastic side modes, like, for example, the Imposters mode that they literally just stole from Among Us, which basically had 2 double agents, and you had 8 people who had to figure out who were these double agents. I loved that mode, and I'm glad it was in Cold War, but now it kind of just, nobody plays it, so it's like, well, shit. So that is going to be really fun. We're also getting ranked play this season technically, coming up, which is awesome. And something very disappointing. We're reusing the hand cannon from Black Ops Cold War. Listen to me, I'm fine with reusing score streaks, but people want new shit. Now, I'm with them on this one. I'm expecting a little bit more, since this game literally took 4 years of development. And it's very frustrating to see reused assets again. So that's that. I'm also going to be talking about the weapons real quickly. There's a lot, and I'm not going to get into all the attachments. I'm just going to be getting into the weapons. We're getting a new assault rifle. We're getting a new SMG. We're getting another SMG, a new special. Not SMG, sorry, we're only getting 1 AR, 1 SMG, 1 special, a melee, another sniper rifle, and another shotgun. And I'm going to be telling you guys names right now. We're getting the Krieg C, which is the AR, the Siren 9mm, which is the special. We're also then getting the SOG, which is in the Battle Pass as well. We're getting a Power Drill, which is going to be in there. We're getting the AMR Mod 4, which is the sniper rifle, the cleaver, and then the shotgun, which is the Mole Storm. Oh, I don't really know, but it looks like the S12 from Advanced Warfare, so that's like the best way to put it. But this is my next point. The Power Drill and the Cleaver, these are not melee weapons that are new. If you played the campaign, these were melee weapons you could pick up and do special executions with. So why are you guys introducing them as melee weapons if you could have clearly put them on the game and launch? And I'm understanding why now. If you guys are going to be putting them in so people have to sit there and drop money to get it. Which is a little frustrating, but it's very annoying how you guys as a multi-billion-dollar company are doing this. That's kind of scummy, to be honest. And, well, I can't really complain because they're doing their thing. We're also getting the hit list, which is apparently going to be the new event. So that's when you're going to be able to get the Siren 9mm and also the Power Drill. To be honest with you, the Tier 100 skin looks fucking garbage. I really don't know what to say. It's just, it looks like to be a rose skin from fucking like Warzone. The black cell looks kind of alright, but kind of really disappointing too. I mean, it's just orange and black. Like, if you guys are like wanting players to sit there and drop $50 fucking to sit there and get your stupid fucking edition for a battle pass, sit there and make it like actually worth buying. And a really good example I want to say is I'm trying to remember. It was one of the seasons that like really gave a shit ton of good stuff. I don't remember if it was season 1 or season 2 of Season 2, that's right. Because they did the Rick, like, if you bought the Season 2 Battle Pass for Modern Warfare 3, you got Rick Grimes, which was awesome. Which personally was great because, I mean, that was worth buying, to be honest, in my opinion. I'm just very disappointed though, because now I'm also seeing bundles, which is a little frustrating. I knew this was gonna happen, but for the love of God, don't make people drop $30 fucking to get these. Like, nobody wants to drop $30 for a $20 bundle that looks like shit. I mean, really? That's just how it is. The next thing is, I really don't want to talk about this too much, but they still have been having really like frustrating, and I'm gonna say this now, really frustrating elements to multiplayer. Like, for example, I want to say this now, for anybody who's wondering why you had lost a lot of XP, if you're wondering from the last few days in terms of playing over Face Off, well, you must be in the right boat, because to be honest with you, they sat there and during the double weapon XP, they lowered the XP amount you'd get on Face Off and Nuketown, which is stupid to me. So even with double XP, you're still making less XP than you would be playing normally on normal maps. So you're not like, the only reason why you would play Face Off is one of two reasons. One, you're going for headshots, and two, you're just fucking around. Now, I want to talk about this because I'm just so sick of the shenanigans with this. Please fix Face Off. Nobody loves my bad, not Face Off. The HVT mode, where like Kill Order, I'm pretty sure it's called. That mode is so bad, and it promotes camping like crazy, and I really want them to fix it because it's just so annoying to be playing the Face Off playlist and get this mode entirely, and it's just unbearable. It's really not a good mode because of how much camping players will do, and it's just not fun. The one thing I will say though is that I personally do not mind the fail stealth mode, but I just really don't like how these maps are made for 2v2 and they're just 6v6. But that's just my personal opinion. Let's get on to Warzone final. Warzone is this is the scary part, and this is where I'm going to be talking a lot of bullshit because this is not fun. Rebirth Island's returning. No shocker there. Really, no shocker fucking there. Like the problem is that a lot of people do not like fucking Rebirth now because you guys have been recycling it, thinking it's like their brand new shipment in fucking Nuketown. Nobody wants Rebirth Island, and I get a few people do, but look, your fan base is gonna sit there and tell you if you keep using the same shit over and over again, it's like remastering Der Eisendrache for the 15th time, and your fan base telling you to go fuck yourself. That's what's going to happen. So, I'm glad you guys are making Area 99, which is going to be in the Resurgence playlist for anybody who's wondering. So that means if you die, you will come back. And if you, like, it counts 10 seconds, then you come back. Urzikstan's returning. Holy shit, dude. How many years has it been since we've actually had Urzikstan? I don't even know. I think it was since 2020 with Cold War. So that's awesome. Also, we're getting Plunder, Resurgence, and Battle Royale, of course, and then a new mode in season, which I think Battle Royale ranked play. So yeah, for anybody who plays Warzone, awesome. The gameplay updates that you guys are getting for Warzone is Omni Movement, the PO6 weapons, equipment, perks, prestige system, body shield, dedicated melee, emotes and sprays, streamlined inventory, mastery camos, kill streaks, and wildcards. And this is where the other problems come in. The problems I have is that Recon Expert fucking is so bad on multiplayer. It's broken, by the way. It's like having free fucking wall hacks. Especially on Face Off. Face Off really pushes how far. Like, the problem with Face Off maps is with the Recon Expert perk, it just makes it so broken. So what are you going to do about that? Are you going to sit there where you can't use Recon Expert in Warzone? Are you going to sit there and get rid of Recon Expert entirely? That's the problem I'm having because you guys are introducing your perks. So are you going to sit there and let the players at least equip a green, a red, and a blue? Or are you going to have it where you can sit there and equip all three and get the special bonus? That's the problem I'm having right now, because if you're going to give them Recon Expert, people aren't going to run anything else other than the Combat Expert and the Recon Expert. Because the Strategist Expert fucking blows. It really does blow how bad it is. Let's get on to the next few things. I personally feel like the Prestige system is phenomenal. I'm glad it's coming to Warzone. The one thing I will say, though, is that you will tell when either one, the XP is working, or two, when the XP is not working. The best way to tell if you're getting XP at a good rate is if you're leveling up your gun, or you're leveling up in general really quickly, the XP is actually working. If your gun's leveling up very slow, or if your XP is going up very slow, it's just not gonna work. Omni movement, we knew this. Body shield, pretty much, that was in the beta. Everybody dedicated melee, most of the sprays, streamlined inventory. I don't know what they're going to talk about that, but yeah, mastery camos. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to go for them. I'm not. I refuse, and I'm not doing it. Kill streaks and wildcards. We already know kill streaks always come every year. Wildcards is the scary thing. And I'm really saying the scary fucking thing because of how wildcards work. Wildcards work where you get a special bonus with them. So you can get extra equipment, extra tacticals. You can hold on to 2 field upgrades. You can sit there and have 8 attachments. Or overkill. Like, wildcards work in a variety of ways, but it's very scary how wildcard is going to work. Because someone could easily sit there and find a very broken wildcard for Warzone, and it's done. Warzone is done. That's very scary, and I really hope they balance this shit before it comes out in 4 days. Okay, I know I didn't really talk about Warzone that much, but there really isn't much to talk about Warzone. This is where zombies comes into play, and people are gonna sit there and be like, well, there's only 3 things on here, but what are you talking about? Zombies, by the way, is getting 3 new guns. An ultra, a rare, and a whimsical. It looks like, by the look of the leak, the 3 gobblegum. The problem I have with these, one, first off, I'm going to talk about the guns. 2, I'm going to talk about what they could be. And 3, what is the problem with this? 1, the problem with the ultra guns in the game is that they're really lacking the desire to use them. What do I mean by this is that perkaholic. You can get all the perks in the map. You can do that on the map anytime you want to, other than Liberty Falls on Rocket 5. It's very lackluster to do that. It's the same thing with using Wonder Hidden Power, which basically allows you to get electrocuted. Or, for example, another one, which is basically raindrops. The problem with these ultra guns is that they're very lacking in their kind of power. Like, for example, they're not broken. When you hear an ultra gun, they're supposed to be the most broken kind of gobblegum. But the ones we've had so far are not exactly broken and kind of don't give that expertise a feeling like they're broken. For example, Wonder Bar allows you to get a Wonder Weapon guaranteed out of the box. The problem with that is that you can still get a Wonder Weapon out of the box. See, there's an issue when you still have certain gobblegums like this. Like, for example, I personally feel like when you sit there and tell people they can use Perkaholic, they're not going to use it because of 2 reasons. 1, how the gum rate is on this game, and 2, because they can sit there and get a Perkaholic for free by sitting there and buying every perk on the map. Yeah, it's more money in game like that, but you're not sitting there and having to grind 4.5 days to get there and get 1 fucking Perkaholic. I kid you not, it upsets me to say that, but it's the truth. The new whimsical, not sure what it could be. Same thing with the ultra and rare. But if I had any guess for the rare, it's probably gonna be like, I don't know, burned out maybe. That's what I'm really thinking it could be. I don't know what the ultra could be because I mean the ones we have in the game are very lacking, and I'm not sure about the ones. Okay, this is where I get into a lot of controversy, and I'm gonna tell a lot of people right now to start doing this. This year, Zombies is working completely differently, and I'm saying this because it's the truth. Terminus and Liberty Falls are getting directed mode. For anybody who does not know what directed mode is, basically the game will sit there and teach you how to do the Easter egg step by step. More or less, it will give you hints and tell you what to do to complete the Easter egg. So yeah, you may be saying, well, Easter egg guides are useless, but they're not entirely useless. Because this year, how directed mode is working is like this. For any person who completes the Easter egg within 1 month of the map that comes out, which basically Terminus and Liberty Falls haven't been out for a month yet, but will basically be cutting the time short. So, let me explain this to you. You get 2 animated calling cards, and they have early on them. I will show them on screen right now, and you can only get these, by the way, by completing Terminus and Liberty Falls right now. If you complete Terminus and Liberty Falls after the Season 1 update and after the Directed mode comes out, you will not be able to unlock these calling cards anymore through the Standard mode. So, I recommend you sitting there and actually taking the time to sit there and more or less do this. Because you will never be able to get these calling cards again. So, what is, to be honest, the best way to get these calling cards? Well, I'll actually tell you right now. In the description below, there's a server that is called the Dark Ether. You can sit there and you can put in a ticket and they will help you complete Easter eggs. Now, of course, they will charge you, but at a decent rate. It is $15 for one Easter egg on each of the maps so far in BO6, but it probably will change depending on how the owners see it. Now, I also want to say a few other things about the new map, and a few other things that are coming with it. Citadel de whatever it is, the Citadel das Mortes is basically people are saying like it's a Horizon Drac remake. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's a Horizon Drac remake. Instead, I think it's a new kind of church kind of vibe, and I get this because of how the entrance looks. Churches have these really crazy entrances that really give off the appeal that they look like a church, but they're not a church. So it's really interesting to see how this new map will basically play out and all of it. Now, the new perk, Field Upgrade, and Ammo Mod. I'm going to be talking about this right now. The new perk is probably going to be Wall Trade, which is fucking stupid in my opinion, and apparently that's what people are saying. Don't add Volt Trade, Activision, and if you do, you're dumb. I don't know why you do that. The one thing I would say this, now, if they had any perking, the one I'd really hope for to come into the game at this point in the cycle is Double Tap. I really think everybody is just lacking in gun power, especially with how weapons have been perking this year. Guns have been cutting off in the early 40s other than like 3 weapons, and that's the ray gun, the GS45, and then the jet gun or the beam smasher. But that's not how that should work though, is that it should feel like you're sitting there and actually like more or less like competing with the zombies on higher rounds. And that's what I'm scared about, because I know that they're probably not going to add this field upgrade, but if they do, that would be cool too. But I don't see them adding in Volt Trade. I personally don't like the idea of them adding it in, and I don't see the point to. And the problem is that I have a funny feeling Volt Trade is not going to be the perk, and we're going to be thrown into a loop. Because it's either going to be probably Death Perception or Volt Trade. It makes the most sense for one of those two. Oh, the field upgrade. I don't know what this field upgrade could be, but I'm thinking 3 options. One is going to be Ring of Fire, which I'm fucking hoping for because we haven't seen a Ring of Fire since Vanguard. And the best version of Ring of Fire is Cold War the Ring of Fire. So, what am I excited for if it's Ring of Fire? Well, if it's Ring of Fire, you bet your sweet ass I'm not running another fucking field upgrade for the rest of the year, because Ring of Fire is great. It is such a phenomenal fucking field upgrade. Basically, how Ring of Fire works, at least the version of Cold War worked, is that when you would stand inside the Ring of Fire, you would sit there and get a damage boost to your weapon. Any zombie that would enter the Ring of Fire would also basically take damage. Now, if you could put up upgrades on it, you could basically give it stock option and also sit there and deal even more damage, basically allowing you to do a shit ton of damage at all times of the thing. Now, that's cool and all, but I really don't think they're going to add in Ring of Fire. I think it's going to be Tesla Guard. And that's my second option. I'm thinking it's going to be Tesla Guard because of how the new enemy might work, and it might be weak to electricity. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be more or less weak to electricity, but I'm also not going to be denying it. It looks like it could also be weak to brain rot. The one thing I will say though is that I'm assuming they're going to try to sit there and make it somewhat balanced, because right now our only in terms of special zombies are mimics, and I'm hoping that changes throughout the year, because a lot of people do not like seeing 100 fucking mimics past round 60. That's something that a lot of people don't like seeing, myself included. So I'm kind of hoping they switch up how special enemies work a little bit more. Another thing I want to say is the amalgamations, and I don't want to talk about this too much. For the love of God, please do not bring back amalgamations. They're not my favorite enemy type, and especially the enemy type I have been seeing right now, it just sucks, and it really does suck because of how bad it is. I have not run into a Like, I haven't run into a specific ammo type or like weapon type, like an enemy that I just haven't liked throughout the last 2 years. Like, for example, I love the Abomination. It's really good in how it works. I love, I love a lot of the enemy types. I love the Minglers. I love the Mimics. All these enemy types have one thing in common. Can you guess that? Their weak spots don't fucking change. Mid-fight, especially mid-fight. The problem with the amalgamation is that as soon as you destroy one head, another head pops up. So you have to sit there and keep switching from head to head to head to head until you can sit there and kill them. Yeah, this is to help the amalgamation last longer, but when it's round like 60 or 50, it comes to a point where the amalgamation is just straight up ass kicking you because you won't be able to kill it fast enough. That's something I really hope that changes. And now, finally, I'm sort of going a little rant there, but I feel like the third and final field upgrade it could be is Toxic Growth. Those Ring of Fire, Frenzy, Tesla Storm, and Toxic Growth. The three that I personally feel like it could be, but I'm not 100% sure. And well, I mean, I'm not an expert in the game code, so I can't go take it. Well, other than that, I personally hope everybody has a good day. I mean, really, there's not much other than just have a good day. But I really hope everybody has a good day, good night, and I'll see you in the next one.